My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This breakdown is brought to you by Premium Membership. Premium Membership brings you all sorts of betting and fantasy tools to help you make money. Things like exclusive 2, 3, and 4 leg parlays, betting calculators, parlay calculators, daily fantasy ownership projections, fighter salary rankings, and so much more. Check it out now at WeWantPicks.com. Scroll to the top and click Become a Member. And don't forget, we are giving away $50. All you need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. That's WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit, we send you $50. Next up, at UFC 277, we have the co-main event of the evening, and it's a rematch. We got Brandon Moreno taking on Kai Kara-France. Brandon Moreno's 19-6 overall, 3-1-1 in his last 5, coming off a title loss in a trilogy with Figueiredo. Kai Kara-France is 24-9 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, riding a 3-fight win streak. This is a rematch. It is for the interim title, which I'm pretty sure is nonsense. They're just treating Figgy like they're just putting him out to pasture for some reason, because it's not even that long of a layoff. Like, didn't he say he'll be ready by fall? Like, it's not even like, you know. Anyway, very interesting that this is even for an interim title at all. But anyway, it's a rematch. Brandon Moreno won the first fight. It was a unanimous 29-28 decision, but it was a very competitive fight. Brandon Moreno he's great. He's very tough. He's got a great chin. He puts on a nonstop pace. He averages almost 2 takedowns per fight, and he's got a positive striking differential. His biggest asset is definitely his pace and his will to win. He will continue to come forward and stay busy regardless of what's happening. His stoppage win over Figgy to win the belt is one of the best performances we have seen in this division, but his last outing against Figgy just did not look good at all. Kai Kara-France is a very good boxer with a ton of power and volume. He's technically sound, and he works really well inside and outside of the pocket. He has a really nice striking differential of 5-4 and very solid takedown defense at 86%. He's coming off that fantastic win over Askar Askarov, where he defended 12 takedowns and he doubled the strikes. This is obviously a rematch, and yes, Moreno won that first fight, but it was a very competitive fight, and the only thing that separated these two was 9 total strikes as far as the stats were concerned. 9 strikes were the difference between Brandon Moreno and Kai Kara-France. But instead of focusing on what happened in that last fight, let's look at what's happened since their fight. Both of them have had success, and I would argue that Kai Kara has had the better run. And I know that sounds ridiculous considering Brandon Moreno literally became the champion of this weight class, and he looked amazing in that fight. But Brandon Moreno has only fought one guy in 2 years, and in his last fight, he looked absolutely terrible. Kai Kara, on the other hand, is on a 3-fight run with 2 performance of the night bonuses, and he's coming off that fantastic win over Askar, who took Moreno to a draw. And I get it, MMA math is nonsense, but from where I'm sitting, 2-1 odds for Moreno are kind of wild. Their first fight was close, and while they both have gotten better since then, it really just feels like Kai Kara-France has evolved much more. He's got the better striking differential, the better takedown defense, and I think that's going to be the difference. I think he's a step ahead of Moreno the entire fight striking-wise, and his takedown defense will be good enough to keep it on his feet, and if he does get taken down, I don't think he gets submitted. I got a money line bet on Kai Kara-France. I have a feeling this line is probably going to move, so I might also jump on that with a plus 3.5 just to protect myself if he loses another 29-28. What do you think, Jacob Heimer-Schmidt?
Yeah, I put 2 units on Kai Kara-France as well the other day at plus 165. He's at plus 180 now, so they're moving, but they're moving in a different direction than I would have thought. I don't want to hear about the first fight. Everyone talks about, the first fight. Both these guys are completely different fighters than the first fight. Throw the first fight out. It doesn't matter, right? I see this as quite simply And first of all, Moreno lost to Figgy twice, right? The first fight he lost, yes, but there was a point deduction, so it was a draw. But he lost both. He lost 2 fights to Figgy. Obviously, he finished them in the second fight, where apparently Figgy had an awful weight cut. Blah blah blah. Listen, I love both these dudes. Brandon Moreno is like the nicest dude in the entire world. Great family dude. Represented Mexico. Viva Mexico. I love my Mexicans. Kai Kara France also a very good dude as well. Is starting to peak at the perfect time in his career. This simply comes down to Kai Kara France is a better striker. There's no argument made about who is the better striker in this match. A complete overall striker. Kai Kara France is a better striker. Brandon Moreno gets hit, man. People call him tough. I keep saying it because he gets hit. Figgy was hitting him with big shots. His chin's holding up to this point, but he does get hit. Brandon Moreno is not going to finish Kai Kara France on the ground unless he's like hurt or something weird happens. He's not going to just take him down and submit him. You saw Rogerio Bontorum get the back of Kai Kara France early, was not able to submit him. Kai Kara France is no panic. If you're on his back in a body triangle, he doesn't panic. He just gets out of the round, gets out of that situation, moves to the second round, the next round, and it's on the feet, and then he starts doing well. You saw that against Askar as well. Askar got his back, no panic, got out of the situation, controlled the striking. I think it's simply as that. Kai Kara France is a better striker. Brandon Moreno cannot take, if he does take him down, he's not going to be able to finish him in the jiu-jitsu. And I'll take the better striker in the matchup. So I was surprised that the odds were as wide as they are as well. Obviously, they're getting even more wide. So I thought I was getting a better value as well when I placed the 165. It's plus 180 now. I think that's incredible value for the better striker in what's probably going to be a mostly striking matchup in this fight. So I'll take the better striker 10 out of 10 times. That's my new thing with Lock of the Week. It's paying off. I'll take the better striker in this matchup, Kai Kara France, to get it done.
Yeah, I completely agree, obviously. And frankly, I've already got the money line bet on Kai Kara. If these odds keep moving, the plus 3.5 is perfect. Plus 3.5. Or it's actually going to be 5.5 because it's a title fight. But fine, plus 5.5. Kai Kara's just got to win. Minus 150. Okay. It's minus money instead of the plus money, but don't get finished. Win, 1 3/4 of a round, basically, whatever the hell. Right. And then you'll get paid. So there's a bunch of options to make money here. Even if you think Brandon Moreno wins, there's no way you think Brandon Moreno wins all 5 rounds, right? You realize he's got to give up a couple of rounds, the striking to Kai Kara France. I mean, Askarov, Kai Kara France stuffed 12 takedowns, stuffed 12 of them. And he's a better wrestler than Brandon Moreno is. So even if you like Brandon Moreno, I think there's a very valid argument to make that a solid bet would be plus 5.5 points on Kai Kara France. You're basically buying points on the judges' scorecard. All he has to do is win basically 2 rounds, 2 out of 3. It's not even a full 2. It's close enough. Go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. The one partner we have that offers the buy points on a scorecard bet is BetOnline. If you want to jump in and trail that, go for it. Sign up, make a deposit. I'll send you $50. You raise your hand. What do you need?
I think the thing that's going to be really telling about this fight is how soon does Brandon Moreno take that first shot? Because if he is instantly shooting, that means he knows that he's not the better striker in this matchup. So if he's instantly shooting, I think that's bad news if you're a Brandon Moreno fan. Obviously, he might be able to get the takedown early and control. Maybe he's able to control 3 rounds out of his wrestling and not get the finish, but win a decision. But if he's instantly shooting takedowns, that means he even knows that he's not the better striker in this matchup. So it'd be interesting.
And you said it best. Brandon Moreno's fantastic. I love him. I was rooting for him in all 3 of those Figgy fights. But again, you're right. He lost 2 of them. He's 2-1 or 1-2 against the champ. Obviously, officially, it's 1-1-1. But he lost that first one, and a point deduction really helped him out there.